I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Okay, welcome back to episode 5 of Quicksilver. I'm going to just jump right into it. Went searching in my Dremel bin. Found some foamy bits. And I found this. I don't know what this is all about. But maybe if I combine these forces, we might have a fancy new insert cleaning tool. Eh? That is probably not going to work, but let's try anyway. This guy can be our guinea pig here. Alright, here goes nothing. Somewhat. Let's try a different one. Let's try this nasty yellow one here. Whoa. It's alright. It's probably not going to be my tool of choice. Might just have to go with the old elbow grease. Let's try one of these small ones for fun. You know, it's not bad. It's good just to like get rid of them. Ooh, shit. There's the other thing. I gotta be careful with this bit that the end doesn't pop through and I start just drilling right through. But I guess that's just the sound of the bit hitting the socket. Yeah, alright, well, it was worth a shot. So, anyway, I'm going to clean some inserts and maybe glue some of these broken corners of these pop bumper mechs. Got an idea in mind, and I'll show you what I'm thinking. So, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, before I get into crazy glue, think I'm going to just clean all these inserts. They're so nasty. So I did these two with the good old just Q-tip and isopropyl alcohol method. I think that's just going to be the way to go on this. So here's that. It's going to take like multiple Q-tips. This is going to, per insert, I'm going to go through a box of 200 probably pretty easily at this rate. But that does the job well. And then I can just take my compressed air, blow out the little bits. Look at that. Much better. Alright, so I'm going to just rinse and repeat. Oh, you know, about 80 more times. Alright, insert cleaning is going well. I've done like, I don't know, 40 or something. So I thought I'd show you a little bit of the action. A little bit of the action. So you can feel the same satisfaction. We gotta first blow this chunk of solder and nasty out of this guy here. I'm starting to run out of compressed air. I have to go upstairs and get more. But using the 2 Q-tip method here, just soak it with isopropyl. That's not even that nasty. And then go in with the dry ends. And then I'm trying to bend out all the sockets out of the way for 2 reasons. 3 reasons. One, I want to try and 4 reasons. A, clean the insert. 2, clean the socket. 3, install the LED. And 4, push down on the insert if I need to raise any sunken inserts. So I'm going to keep those sockets bent out of the way until I'm done with leveling inserts, because I do believe I'm going to have to go down that path at some point. But I probably don't know that I trust this rotisserie. I don't really want to be banging on inserts on this rotisserie and knock the friggin' playfield onto the ground again. That would be bad. But it is definitely easier than trying to do it with the playfield in the cabinet. So I'm gonna have to decide. The other spinner insert, the triangular one on the other side, I could just kind of push it, and it's a little bit loose just by pushing on it with my bare hand. So it shouldn't really be that big of a deal to kind of adjust the inserts a little bit and then glue them in place. And if I'm going to glue them, yeah, it's going to be way easier on the rotisserie, because I can just put like a little crazy glue around the lip there, and if the playfield is flat like this, then make my life a lot easier. So I'm probably going to have to do it on the rotisserie. But anyway, this is how insert cleaning is going. A little tedious, but every single one is filthy and requires it. Alright, I think I've got all of the inserts cleaned. Well, I had to get some more compressed air. Actually, that was from my computer desk, and that one's almost out as well. So, yeah. Looking much better. Don't think I missed any. There's the other spinner. It's a little bit loose. That little stain I can't really get off, but I'm not too worried about it. And then all these guys. And I was kind of pushing on, which insert was it? This guy right here. I think it's loose, and I think it's just being held up. See, that's protruding now. I can push it in. See that? Now it's an innie right here. It's an innie. Push that down. No, still an innie. Anyway, I don't really want to deal with leveling inserts right now, so I'm going to just procrastinate on that and try and deal with these cracked corners. I was lying in bed last night trying to think, what is the best way to glue these corners? And I definitely did not come up with that. But I came up with a way that I'm just going to try on the fly and see if it works. This is just a square of Mylar. This is my strategy. Let's see what happens here. I probably need some glasses. Someone did recommend, if I'm going to crazy glue these corners, to use some baking soda. That's probably a good idea. So I may grab some, we'll see. So I'm just going to lay this Mylar sticky side up. like. No, see, that's not working already. It's not working. No. It's not quite how I envisioned this process. Wonder if I can still salvage this operation though. Oh shit, don't press down on the rotisserie too hard. Not good. Okay, so no. My thought was that I didn't want to crazy glue the friggin' corner right to the playfield. So this strategy is how not to deal with this. So I'm going to figure out how to now. Okay, I didn't completely abort this strategy. I've got some crazy glue, thick gel. I bought these before and it was liquid multiple times at the dollar store. They screwed up, but this one is actually thick gel for once, so that's nice. So I'm going to try to not glue the corner to the playfield. Add a little dab here. This might be the case where less is more, so let's not go too crazy. Now I've got these two corners screwed down. Kind of just slide this in place. And then I poked a hole through the Mylar. Okay, that's not perfect yet, but let's set the other corner. Actually, we can even go like this for more accuracy. Probably going to regret not doing the baking soda thing. It's just upstairs and I'm lazy. And that is the way of the lep. Okay, so stick that corner in there. And go like this. So now what I'm going to do is tighten all four corners. Like I said, the Mylar was kind of my way of trying to not glue the corners to the playfield. Whether it's helping or not, I do not know, because you can't really slip it under there because you're actually hitting the body. That's not really perfect, but that's not bad. Don't breathe that in directly. Now I'm going to add some more on the top. That corner's not perfect either. Wonder if I can get that a little more square. One moment. Gotta put away my crazy glue. So this edge is just up a bit. Maybe I gotta back off the screw. Yeah. That's better. This is not perfect either. Try and get everything square, flush, plumb, and true. Okay, so that is my strategy. Now, probably shouldn't do the others. What's the worst case scenario? So if it does glue to the playfield, when I go to try and remove the bracket, the corners are going to stay there. And I'd have to try and figure out a way to get them off to start the process over, and I don't really want to do that. So I probably shouldn't touch this until tomorrow, or these guys, I mean. But I don't know, I think I kind of want to just do it and risk it. No risk, no reward. So I'm going to do the same to the other brackets, and then by the time I get my parts, these guys will be ready for the full rebuild. Alright, I employed my strategy on these two corners. Then I got thinking, once I take these things apart and want to clean them, I don't know, there could be a little bit more challenging with glued corners. I could risk breaking them off. So I decided to leave that one and then do it as the final touch. So in hindsight, should have saved this for the very, very last. But I was thinking I might get a head start, and in hindsight, that might just be more of a bit of a pain in the ass. So I'm going to leave those, and you know what? I think it might be flipper mech time. I've got enough time tonight that I might just be able to pull this off. Okay. I just took my razor to these holes just to make sure there wasn't any protrusions, because there was a little bit. I don't think I need to fill them, so that's nice. And one brand new flipper mech. So I got the right one. Looks good. Holes appear to line up. This is about as easy as it gets. I'm sure there will be troubles. I stole some old screws off the Meteor playfield that are the same ones used originally for this purpose. This is so nice not having to friggin' disassemble and rebuild the whole mech. Oh my god. I've only used these a couple times, but maybe a few. It's a friggin' luxury. This ain't going in. Is there a broken friggin' screw in here? Aha! I did call that there will be trouble. Let's try a different screw. It's fighting me a little bit, but it's going. Okay. There's a half broken screw in that hole. Then this would have been a whole different ball game. This is just, oh, luxury. It cost me, I think I said, about $100 each, with everything all in for these, not including the cost of flipper bats. But that's it. One side done. Holy hell, doesn't that look good? Okay, you might as well watch me install the other one, because it's very satisfying. I just got a flipper bat in there just to hold all these parts together. Definitely not sure about the wiring. I guess these three wires here are probably for the coil. Are these two for my end-of-stroke switch here, and these two for my end-of-stroke switch here, which means, am I missing one wire for my middle lug? So that'll be the next fun step. Anyway, let the time lapse begin.
of everything. Don't even think of challenging him. Watch his shots and post pass as he kicks you in the ass. Pinball Shenanigans, we can't resist. Best YouTube channel you don't wanna miss. Pinball toys, Grizzly Garage, fixing pins. No matter how you look at it, we all win. Now look at Julie's big smile as she takes down your score by a mile. There's no girl.
Okay, that was amazing how easy that was. So worth the couple $100. So, I did steal some old rusty screws from my Meteor playfield, so once my Dremel is charged, I'll just whip those guys into shape. That is how you lep things up, so take note. But yeah, the correct original screws. And why is my Dremel taking forever? I tried to put the battery in a couple times now and it's not working. So hopefully my Dremel didn't like die permanently. So I am going to go wire hunting now to see where everything is supposed to go, and then almost certainly gonna have to extend every wire. And yeah, it's not the funnest thing in the world, but that is the next step. Okay, once again, another tomorrow has come. Tomorrow is now today, and time to wire up these flipper mechs. So I have to give a shout out to Warren from Florida, who reached out on the Pinsides, also known as Atomic Ranch. And he said that he has a Quicksilver and a Congo. So it's kind of convenient, and offered his help if I needed any photos or wiring information or anything. And so that came in a very timely manner. So I texted him, and boom, within milliseconds, check this out. He sent me a bunch of photos, and this is going to be very helpful. So I kind of forgot how the end of stroke switch wiring works there. I was like expecting there to be so many more wires, but no, you just wire the end of stroke switch to one side of the coil. So I'm going to have to do that, just cut some fresh wires. And then here's a bit of an aha moment. Check that out. I was wondering about these wires in the middle, which didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. But if you look closely, there used to be something right in that spot. My fuse holder for my 1 amp slow blow playfield fuse. So that's nice and easy. That will, there's enough wire there to deal with that. There's enough wire, I believe. Yeah, I can work with that for these guys. I can work with that for these guys. So I've got everything I need to, like information-wise, to wire those guys up. So thanks again, Warren, for that. And also, check this out. He sent me this. I had someone comment, maybe it was Warren, I don't even know. They said something referred to the Quicksilver back glass and something to do with heavy metal. I got some message on the YouTubes, and I didn't really know what they meant. Check this out. It's a magazine from July of 1978. Cost $1.50. And it is the Adult Illustrated Fantasy Magazine. So things are all starting to make sense now. Maybe I'm not really supposed to show that on the YouTubes, but this is for artistic purposes only. And now you know why there's a whole bunch of green penises on the playfield. So there is this magazine, and then there is the movie, Heavy Metal, the movie, fantasy, cartoony. I don't know if it is the same franchise or the movie's based off this magazine. Let's dig a little bit deeper. One moment. Okay, so here's this, I don't know why it's on mute. Oh, this is why. This is the movie. Heavy Metal the movie. Louder and nastier than ever. Look. That has the same font.
A step beyond science fiction.
So let's look at this photo again. Yeah, okay. So I mean, it would make sense that they would be tied together. But anyway, we got a magazine, we got a movie, and we got Quicksilver. So what is the tie-in? Who is the artist? I need to know more. If you know more about this, let me know, because I gotta go do some wiring. Alright, got me a shiny new fuse clip fuse holder. I stole this 1 amp slow blow fuse out of the Meteor, and also this screw out of the Meteor playfield. So that should be all I need, and we'll time lapse this crap up here. Let's go.
Now look at Julie's big smile as she takes down your score by a mile. There's no girl that can match her skill. Don't plan a dinner or you will be paying the bill. Pinball Shenanigans, we can't resist. Best YouTube channel you don't want to miss. Pinball toys, glitzy garage fixing pins. No matter how you look at it, we all win. We all win.
Alright, that's done. That was nice and easy. Now I'm gonna wire up these flippers, but I don't think I'll record all that action. I'll just kind of show you the after. Just gotta cut me some wires for some end of stroke switch action. Okay, first things first, I cut a zip tie to give myself a little bit of extra room here. Tied these two blue wires together with a green wire, which is going to be my end of stroke switch wire. And then these guys are going to go here. This guy is going to go here. And I need to clear out these holes in the lugs so I can fit the wires through. So I'm just going to kind of sort of document step by step at least one flipper. Got my holes cleared out. Okay, I got everything dry fit. In order to get this bundle of 3 wires through this hole, I actually just dremeled it out a little bit, and that made life a little easier. So everything is sort of mechanically bound now, and now I just got to give it a solder bond, and that'll be one flipper done. Oh yeah, so the rumor on the street, I've heard this over the years, haven't really applied it, but when you put your coils in your flipper mechs, you're supposed to put the lugs at this end, because this is the end where the plunger is beating into the coil stop, and where all this vibration is happening and can eventually cause your wires to pop off. Doesn't really concern me too much, but in this case I did reverse the coil, so it came like this from Pinball Life, but I swapped the coil around. That actually bought me a little bit of extra slack too, and I got it all wired up, got it all zip tied up. I'm happy with my solder. May not look that amazing super close up, but this was the one I was concerned about, because you get 3 wires all trying to get soldered up together, and had to add a lot of solder and a lot of heat. I did a little bit of dribble down there, but there we go. That looks like an installed flipper mech to me. Happy with that. Alright, flippers are all wired up. Fuse is good to go now. and all zip tied up. Again, I'm happy with my solder. Those wires ain't going anywhere. I reversed my coil. So that's about it for flippers. I'll deal with flipper bats way later in the equation. They don't need to. I don't even have actually my flipper bats in stock yet. So I'll wait on that. So what is next? What is next? What is next? We could check on my pop bumpers and see how my corners are doing. Which, this is the one I saved for later. Just out of curiosity, how did this whole operation go? Too bad I went all fancy on these pop bumpers with the skirts and the bodies, because otherwise I've got plain old white bodies and white skirts. Or I could even clean up the old skirts, but in theory I have what I need to rebuild these pop bumpers in stock, but we're going yellow. See, I think my right corner is loose, but the other corner here, it's a little troublesome. Yeah. Ooh, here we go. So it's a little crackly. I don't know how well that's going to hold over time, but I don't even know if I can remove the mylar. Maybe I'll just have to snip it off here and here. That way I don't risk tearing the corners right off. So that one seems to be okay. I'll check on the other one and then figure out what I'm going to do next. Alright, I got the game flipped over, and now that I've done this, I'm kind of tempted to do the playfield. But the reason I actually did it is because I was just toying with the idea of messing with sunken inserts. So check this insert out. I can just push it up. No heat required. And it is now raised on every corner there. So if I just kind of like flatten that down, flip the rotisserie, glue it in place, then that might be what I might have to do to all of these guys. So this is gonna be my tester. We'll see how this goes. Okay, kind of went down a wormhole, and I definitely don't want to go much deeper, but it wasn't really going as flat as I would like it. So I heated it up from underneath with my hair dryer, Jamie's hair dryer. I don't really have hair, so I don't need it, and was able to pop this out. So this way I'll be able to make it nice and flush. And before I do that, I'm going to just touch up a little bit of this black, and then maybe I'll do the same to this, and then I'm not going to touch any more inserts because this is dreadful. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, I got my black paint marker touched up around the edge. Very simple art to deal with, just black. So gotta like that. Now just gonna take the insert, a little piece of mylar. I can just kind of push that in place. Probably don't need to do any banging. I'm not even pushing on the insert, just around it. Can still feel a little bit of a groove. So let's add a little extra reinforcement here. And I think that's something I can live with. shouldn't mess with it too much because don't want to have this thing in and out 50 times. Knowing me, that could potentially happen. But yeah, I like the way that's going. Actually, see, now that I'm looking at it, this is my problem. You can see the white edge all the way around. I kind of want to go over that. I don't know. This is where I like fix stuff until it's broken. I'm really good at that. This is a blue insert too, right? So is this just going to make things worse? And there's no way I'm going to be given this type of attention to every insert. I'm just kind of like, this is just proof of concept right here. Just to see what can be done, what I want to do, what I don't want to do. I'm sure people have restored entire playfields where they've dealt with every insert. See that? It's got a bit of a black edge instead of blue, but not that you can see anything I'm doing. Because after 1,000 videos, I'm still amateur. How does that work? Guess that is the Shenanigander charm in some ways. Okay, so now let's stick it back in. Now you can't really see that edge around it. So, press that into place. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think it's going to get any better than that, so I should stop messing with it. Now I'll just flip over the playfield, add a bit of glue, and yeah, that looks alright. Yeah, I did it again. This is the other spinner. I'm going to do the same treatment, and then I don't know. Will I keep on this roll, or will I procrastinate and do something else? I'm not sure yet, but it's happening. Alright, I think I'm going to tackle the playfield. So that reminds me, don't do any little touch-ups. Oh, here's the finished product there. Should have showed a little bit of a before because there was some wood exposed, but that's touched up now. But, you know, I shouldn't do any more touch-ups because I'm just going to possibly end up wiping that off when I clean the playfield. So no more of that. But before I do that, there's one more thing I want to try. This insert is raised. So I'd like to try and just heat this up and bang it down. It's kind of raised all the way around. Yeah. So I just want to see if that will actually work. So I'm going to give that a try. Alright, let's give this a shot. I'll do it live. Got a hammer, got my block, I got my hair dryer, and let's see what happens. Heats up pretty quick because all the slits in the insert, so it should be ready to go if I don't take my sweet ass time here. What do we got? That actually worked. It's still a little bit high. And at the very back side, you don't want to like plunge the ball and like skip over this little edge and catch air. Just think it needs a little more force. So let's try a couple more bangs. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's definitely way better. I was a little bit concerned about that guy at first, but I'm happy now. Okay, last one, I promise. This is the most sunken one in the upper playfield because you can see the wear around the edge. But the S, the L, all these guys, and these guys are in good shape. So basically, from here up, this part of the playfield is going to be great. All the inserts will be flush. It's not too much wear. And I am completely content. The lower half, maybe not so much, but it's going to deal with the eye. And then that's it for insert leveling for now. Okay, I know I said no more touch-ups, but this time I clean the playfield first. So see how it's actually pretty shiny in that area? Just a little novice. Got a little green. I'm not even caring to what degree this green is going to match, because whatever I do will be better than what it was. I hope. So, looks like A, probably should have primed it first, and B, it's going to need a couple coats. But it'll look better. Okay, it's finally happening. I'm going to remove the posts and clean the playfield. I just spent some time trying to drill and tap a new hole for my rotisserie lock, because this one it's just slipping, and this didn't really do any better, so that did not help. Next time round, I will invest in a better rotisserie, because I just don't trust this one. And yeah, I can only tighten it down on one end. So anyway, I've got one nut and one washer off. And now one post. It's a little bit chippy, so probably a good idea that I went with all new posts. They'll be nice and clean and in perfect condition. So it begins. All right, post progress is underway. Cleaning under all them as I go. This one's being stubborn. I'm not sure what to do about it yet. And I don't even think I showed you my eye finished product there. That's better. It's flush and touched up. So, got all these posts. I left the screws in there or the posts in there, so that I don't forget where they go. And then this will just go in my star post bin for a rainy day. But I am ready to take a break. So I think I'll come back in a bit, finish the post, finish this episode, and call it a day. Okay, I'm back from like a 4-hour break. And I was just thinking, remember when Stern in 2020 made a heavy metal machine? It looked like they made 100 of them, designed by George Gomez, made as a private label for a specific company to be sold by them. And it was the layout of Star Wars Home Edition. And this game is themed to commemorate the 300th issue of Heavy Metal magazine. So Stern has had a history with this company. So where did it all begin? There's more to this story. And if you know more about it, let me know, because Quicksilver is obviously the origins of Stern's relationship with heavy metal, or just the artist who did Quicksilver just was a fan of heavy metal and completely ripped them off. So very interesting. Anyway, all I'm really going to do is remove the rest of these posts and clean around them. And if I have time, I'll edit this video. Hey, my insert should be nice and glued by now. That is good. That is good. Okay. And yeah, so I was thinking about this guy here. It doesn't want to friggin' budge, so maybe I'm just going to destroy the star post. Then I can, like, maybe push the carriage bolt down a bit, grip it from the bottom, and then grip it from the nut, and then actually get some leverage on it. Let's see if this works. Nope. I'm gonna need a little more force than that, but you get the gist. So I'll deal with these guys and I'll be back. Okay, I'm wrapping up this video. I just left these two posts on because those are going to be shorties. This one I cannot remove for the life of me. I may just cut right through the damn thing and install a regular old T-nut and threaded post, because I don't know of another way. I'm trying to break this off. That ain't working, and I'm damaging the playfield a little bit too. I'm leaving these posts on because it's just easier that way, to do it all in one shot with this and the spinner and the rod and the posts and the rubber. That's what I'm going to do. And then this I left here because it's also a shorty. These guys are all shorties, easy to remember that. I just cleaned around all the posts. I didn't clean the playfield yet. I even cleaned some of the green touch-up paint right off as predicted. But that is where I'm going to end this episode. So I might be checking out my cabinet soon. And, you know, this playfield is getting pretty close to being ready for a cabinet. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see you on the next episode.